for tuning into No Wine in No Time. I'm your host Dave, and today we're going to explore Oregon's Willamette Valley. I remember my first trip to Willamette Valley, and like so many people, I mispronounced the name. I pronounced it Willamette. And of course someone said to me, it's Willamette, damn it. And that's an interesting saying because you see that on t-shirts, you see it on postcards, on billboards. But once you hear that particular saying, it's Willamette, damn it, you remember how to pronounce that name properly. So where exactly is the Willamette Valley? It's tucked away in the northwest corner of Oregon. It starts at Portland and ends in Eugene, and it's bordered by 3 mountain ranges. On the coast we have the Oregon Coastal Range, and then inland we have the Cascades and the Kalapoola Mountains. Willamette's a relative newcomer to the wine world and really has only produced wine for the past 50 plus years. But one thing that's strategically important about this particular terroir, in other words the land in which those grapes are grown, is its situation on the parallels. Willamette is right on the 45th parallel. Well, why should you care? The 45th parallel happens to be the same parallel of Burgundy, France. So when we think about some of the grapes that grow there, they also grow very, very well in Willamette Valley. And those grapes always gravitate towards some of our cooler weather grapes. So think things like Pinot Noir, Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, also things like Gewürztraminer and Riesling, and a little bit of Chardonnay in that particular area. Why? Because the climate is significantly cooler and these grapes are significantly less tolerant to the very bright, hot sunshine that we get in some of those other valleys. So looking at all those different grapes, Pinot Noir tends to be the one that more people focus on in Willamette than any of the others. Now, first off, all of those grapes that I just mentioned do beautifully there, and I would encourage you to try some of those other varietals. But today we're going to focus specifically on Pinot Noir. And the reason for that is based on the climate in the Willamette Valley. We have Pinot Noir that develops very slowly and very elegantly. Remember from previous videos, Pinot Noir is a grape variety that's not very tolerant of heat. It likes it cool, and it's very susceptible to mold and mildew. Pinot Noir in this particular area comes out very delicate, has a lot of tea leaf type flavors. It's very complex, and a lot of people compare it to Burgundian or Burgundy Pinot Noir. So I brought a wine here for you to try. And this particular wine comes from Firesteed, and Firesteed is located kind of generically in Willamette. So when we look at Willamette and some of the sub-AVAs, or American viticultural areas, this particular producer may be pulling grapes from multiple different sub-AVAs. So before we go any further, just in case you might see these terms on a wine label, let's explain exactly what they are. So when we look at the Willamette Valley AVA, that's a producer that clearly labels their bottle with Willamette Valley. That means grapes are being sourced from the Willamette Valley. But if our quality goes up, and certainly the price goes up, we can generally see some sub-AVAs. So let's look at the map and see exactly what those are. So those sub-AVAs in Willamette Valley are Yamhill Carlton, the Chehalem Mountains, Eola Amity Hills, Ribbon Ridge, Dundee Hills, and McMinnville. So this particular wine, Firesteed's Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. This is a 2015 vintage, and let's go ahead and take a look and see how it stacks up. The first thing we notice when we look at this particular wine, very clear in its presentation, certainly no flaws or cloudiness, but a beautiful color, very cranberry, a little bit of kind of garnet or ruby. Let's go ahead and swirl it and liberate some of the aromas. Kind of jumping out of the glass is almost a little bit of cranberry or rhubarb, a little bit of mintiness to the aromas, and just a little bit of cherry. Let's go ahead and give the wine a taste. Now across the palate, this wine enters with a definite core of black cherry. Around the edges, we have a little bit of tea leaf type flavors and almost a bit of cola on the finish. Now this wine has spent some time in oak, so we certainly feel the presence of the oak on the back side of the palate. Almost a little bit of a vanilla overtone. And kind of riding from front to back is a little aftertaste of a very light cigar box or tobacco type flavors. Really very pretty, very elegant. The application for a Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley would be to pair with lighter style meats. So certainly if you like a red wine and you're serving chicken or a pork loin, then this particular wine, a Pinot Noir, light in tannins, would be perfect with that type of cuisine. Probably it's not up to handling things like beef or steak or things of that nature. So generally we pair light tannins with lighter fare, heavier tannins with heavier fare. So I'm going to enjoy a little more of this Firesteed. Please tune in next time, and soon you'll know wine in no time.